Callie Lewis, watching Geek Brief TV. You guys know how much I love Savant. I stopped by their booth today. They have a couple new products, and so Bob here is going to tell me about it.
Savant started by introducing an Apple-based control system to the industry probably about 3 years ago.
You're the only company that does Mac-based systems.
That's true. We are the only company that is 100% Mac-based. So
and now you guys know why I love them.
Yep. All the systems are based on Mac Minis. Behind all our touch panels, there's Mac Minis behind our TVs that do all our on-screen display technology. So I'm going to quickly go over some of the features because first of all, the most exciting thing is this iPhone and the iPod Touch, the ability for an iPhone to control everything in your house, everything from the cable TV to the DVD player to your Apple TV content. I can get all my Apple TV content up on my iPhone and play that content on the TV. I can get that content on the TV itself and select the different various programs from Apple TV.
And you can switch between this and an actual remote on the TV.
Right, exactly. I can control just with a standard remote everything on the TV, or I can also go into, in this case, I'm in the living room, so I'm going to go into the living room, and you see all the services in the living room. Here we see 2 Apple TVs, because this house has 2 Apple TVs in it. I have other media players here. I have a Blu-ray player, I have 2 cable TVs, I got satellite radio, I have iPod docks. That's another new feature that we have. Say one of your friends comes over the house.
I don't have friends.
Yeah, they can dock their iPod, and you want to play their music. Their music now and their metadata will be available on the TV itself. They'll also be available on your iPods that are controlling the system. So here you see our iPod docks are there. You also see HVAC control. I can control the temperature in the room. I can control the lights in the room or the house. I can look at the security cameras. I can control the security system. I can tap into the iTunes that's embedded on the Mac Minis. And that's your main centralized media server in the house. So
and how easy is it to customize like all of these names? I mean, you just kind of program it and connect it, right?
Yeah, one of the beauties of an Apple-based system is that we really tapped into things like designing a Cocoa app, and we have an application called RacePoint Blueprint. And Blueprint is basically a drag and drop program where you draw the schematic of the house, and then it self-configures all the software, including all the screens for the iPhones, the iPod Touches, and all the touch panels and television screens in the house. So it's a pretty intense system. It can handle everything from a single living room to a 50,000 square foot home. So it can scale from a single room to many, many rooms.
And very easily.
And
tell me a little bit about the touch screens here.
Yeah, the new technology that we came out with, and we really tap into a lot of core technology in OS 10.
Like
for instance, core animation. A lot of the animation you see on the touch panel is done with core animation. Some of it's done with Quartz Composer. We also tap into Automator. Automator is the backbone of some of our workflows that actually turn the lights on in the room. In addition to that, we use things like Bonjour to make sure we can find everything in the home, and zero configuration for all the touch panels and all the iPhones.
So I can just kind of swipe here from room to room, right? And then
you can swipe from one room to the next. And then we have something called TrueImage that we just came out with. Now, TrueImage is the ability, as you see in this picture, it's a photograph of the room. And I can touch the light in the image, and as you notice, the light in the room just went out. And that same light can be controlled by your iPhone or by your iPod Touch.
And how much is the app?
The application is $49 on the Apple Store. We're also introducing today Protege, which is a lower-end system, a scalable system, really to hit medium-sized homes.
Let's go take a look at it.
Okay.
For those of you who haven't paid much attention to home automation, it's a very expensive thing. I mean, it costs a lot. It's not very affordable for most of us, and I've been asking and begging and wanting for forever an affordable system that I could purchase and just take care of my whole home, which is what you guys did.
The basic system used to cost tens of thousands of dollars
Right.
potentially.
Which we can't afford.
Right, that the average person couldn't afford. Now that the technology is becoming easier to develop and easier to build, a lot due to building this on an Apple-based machine, I can now offer Protege, which is a Mac Mini-based system that can handle up to 8 zones of audio. In addition to that, I can play out my iTunes content. This is a media server,
right.
so I can play out my iTunes content across any of 8 zones in the house simultaneously.
Okay.
I also can control the cable TVs, the satellite boxes, the satellite radios, so it's a lot of power in the machine. I believe this is the lowest cost system with a huge amount of features and functionality, and that coupled with the iPhone and the iPod are really going to change home automation.
Obviously. I mean, everything's going to have to start coming down.
Right. So home automation will be affordable for many more people. And as we advance the technology, we see it going further and further down eventually, where everyone can afford home automation, where the iPhone and the iPod Touch will basically be in everybody's home, controlling their TVs and their lights and their thermostat and their carbon footprint.
Very cool. And is it available now?
This is available now. It's shipping
from
today.
Savant?
From Savant. Correct.
Thank you.